What's good, Kanekis? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a gloomy video, so it's why I'm doing it outdoors, so at least at least it can lighten up the mood. Real quick what my view is like. I decided to come out for a walk. And I just wanted to talk about this. So it is on the topic of the direction the European economy is going. There is a very famous quote, well, maybe not famous, but there's a quote by an economist I really like. His name is Salente, and it goes like this: when all else fails, they take you to war. And that's precisely what European leaders at the moment are doing. Macron, the German president, I can't remember his name, is it Schultz or something, in the UK, Keir Starmer. All these governments are encouraging war spending. They have promised billions, close to trillions actually, of future spending, of borrowing money actually to spend on the war effort. I have long maintained that the war in Ukraine is a proxy war. It is just a way for them to launder money. And they essentially do this to prop up the GDP. I've talked about the GDP metric and how it's faulty, and how governments sort of use that as a way to incentivize their wasteful spending. So by promising future investments into the defense sector, that's basically the war effort, they can prop up the GDP metric, because government spending is a factor when it comes to GDP. The more the government spends, the higher the GDP is. And the higher the GDP is, the less likely it is for the economy to officially be in recession, even though it is. We know the economy has been in a recession since 2008. But to be honest, my main message from this is peace cannot prevail. It can't prevail unless we're back on a gold standard. Because when we were on a gold standard, that basically forced governments to, it basically limited government, so they couldn't fight wars unless it was profitable. So they couldn't fight these proxy wars, these nonsensical wars for the sake of it. They actually had to have the gold in order to pay their armies and like the nursing. They had to have the gold to pay the armies, the soldiers, both domestically and those abroad in the war effort. And once the gold ran out, the war ended, because soldiers are not going to fight for free. Unfortunately, because currency is today's money, so paper currency, fiat currency backed by nothing, it is not backed by gold, so they can just print it out of thin air. Exactly what these governments are doing today. They're just printing their own currency and then funding the war machine. So if you want peace, like I do, please keep advocating for sound money, like I am. Advocate for gold, invest in gold, buy gold with your monthly salary, save in gold, don't save in these fiat currency instruments, because that is how they also steal our wealth, through these fiat instruments. There is no, what's the word I'm looking for? There is no freedom in a fiat currency system. There is no freedom, because debt, it becomes the currency. Everyone is under debt, whether you actually borrow it or not. If you're using paper money that is backed by nothing, you are using debt. Because one man's credit is another man's debt. So it's a quick one for me. It's not very long. It's just to bring awareness to it. So whenever on the news you see governments, especially Keir Starmer, and those of us in the UK, Rachel Reeves was on air on Wednesday talking about her spring statements and promising 2.5% of GDP will go towards defense spending. You now understand why they need it They need it. They need to spend on defense so that they can prop up GDP. So that's it for this one. Advocate for sound money, advocate for the gold standard, saving gold, saving silver as well. Silver is another way to fight for the cause, in my opinion. I just rather do that as opposed to fund the government indirectly by saving in fiat currencies. So that's another advantage of saving in precious metals, if you needed one, amongst all the others I've already mentioned in previous videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe as well, share it out with people so that they can understand that the government is not actually working in their favor. Government only works in their own best interests, unfortunately. It is up to us. It is up to us to take care of ourselves and our family. The government isn't coming to save us. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.